didn't know Dustin planned it. Oh, hey, folks. Usually there's an intro, but we're here. We're live now, Jillian.
So I probably screwed up the whole intro, but I came on just specially for happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Kirk, happy birthday to you, and many more.
Oh my gosh. I have my little birthday hat to put on. I think I'll be green. Was it the Green Tribe that went to tribal council tonight? Oh, we don't know. I don't know. No spoilers. So Jillian's on the other side of the country.
Yes, I'm
We're
in
zipping
California.
it. No spoilers yet.
Okay.
But there will be tons of spoilers.
I'm going to get off so you
Bye.
can keep talking.
I love you.
Whatever it is. So
Thank you.
Thank you. And, oh, there it goes. Happy birthday. And thank you, Jason and Michael. I will look later to see if I'm still almost leading.
Cool.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for jumping on.
Bye.
How do I get myself out?
I'll get you out that way, but there's more people popping on. This is super surprising to me right now. Okay, so usually there's an intro. We're gonna talk about Survivor. But it's my birthday. Well, it's my birth week. It was my birthday yesterday. I literally just met Michael and Jason. Like, I've heard about you so many times from Dustin because he's watched everything. We have the signed picture back here. I mean, we talk about it all the time. So we're gonna talk, but there's more people backstage. And speaking of things back there that Dustin has set up, Dustin, you are sneaky, my friend. Snyder,
hey,
buddy, you're here.
It's me from Breakup.
Okay, this completely made my day. So Snyder sent me a birthday card. Live Reality Games, we started sponsoring his racing, and it's been a really cool thing, like watching your stuff, and then you watch ours, and we chat all the time. Anyways, that literally made my day. That's like I have two cards that I got in real life, Snyder.
Thanks, Kirk. Hey, next week we're honoring Sunday Birdcast Memorial 100 at Phoenix. Race will be broadcasted. I'll send you the links. I'll comment the links. Hey, by the way, my Survivor crush's birthday is Friday. Any guesses on who it is, Kirk?
Oh, is on Friday?
April 8th, yes.
I have no clue.
It's somebody who competed on a season in the 30s. Only competed once, didn't win.
Okay. Only competed once, didn't win. That's like so many people.
Yeah. It's Julia
in
Sokolowski.
The 30s. Oh, it's Julia
Sokolowski.
Hey, she's an Aries too. Kudos. That's awesome. Hey, Snyder, what's your horoscope?
Cancer.
Oh,
my birthday's July 21st.
Yeah, that's my sister's. So no wonder.
Nice.
So Snyder, I'm gonna let you go. We have some more people backstage. Apparently, this is a thing. So are you gonna be in the comments? Are you still gonna chat about?
Yes, I am.
Actually, before you go, what did you think of this episode?
It was great.
No.
I did not want to see Daniel get voted out, but he got voted out.
Oh, okay. That's
do I look like I just competed on LRG?
You do, actually.
I've never competed on LRG, but if we can get me and Julia on the same LRG, boom! I had a dream that happened once.
Okay. This is a family show, so on that note, Snyder, I'm gonna let you go, buddy.
Maverick Cup Series in the house.
Yes. Drop the link in the chat for sure. I'm not even looking at the chat yet. This is so crazy. Okay, see you, buddy. Peace. Okay, so with us as well, I see Jillian is still backstage. She finally dropped out.
Yes.
We just spoiled everything. Poor Jillian's. I'm so disappointed. Okay, so anyways, this is so cool. I don't want to spoil this dude's stats and everything, but Justin, welcome.
Hey, happy birthday, Kirk.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for jumping on this random birthday party day. I guess I'll have a little toast for everybody.
I thought all these people were being brought on together at once, but I guess it's all individual.
Okay, there's no instructions. This is like getting the beware advantage with no instructions,
No details. Got it.
no
Got it.
details. Am I supposed to talk about potatoes right now, or
Now it's about the
also?
flying rabbit.
Did you watch the episode, right, Justin?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Did you? Okay, so apparently you don't have to say the words exactly right.
Yeah, there must be something about like you've got to get keywords in there or something, but you don't have to say it exactly that way because I don't think anyone's ever said the real sentence. So, yeah, but I was so shocked that all happened tonight and that Mike actually did it. And yeah, so we're spoiling everything, but
Yeah, this is going to be full of spoilers.
yeah,
clearly.
but I was so glad that my girl made it through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we could spoil it. You could talk about it because I don't think everybody here knows the connection.
Yeah, sure. So Shaniel actually played my online game Pandora before she went out to the island. She actually knew that she was going out to the island when she was playing my game. So she kind of tested some waters, did some things, and she also played another game called Pro Survivor. So she's an org legend, and it's been really fun watching her play. But she had me sweating tonight, so I'm glad she made it through. I'll let you go, Kirk. I know you have a lot of fans that are going to pop on and say,
"Oh,
birthday,
well,
but...
I don't know. I see messages here, and we have to talk about the episode. But Justin, thanks for coming on again, as always. It's always great to see you, buddy.
Have a great night,
for sure." Snyder has this really interesting comment, like that I was just talking about, because Drea did kind of butcher the phrase. Is this like I don't know how Dumbledore would feel about this if this was the magic spell. Like, would it still work? Like. Anyways, oh my God, intro. Okay. Thank you everybody for all your kind messages. But we are joined here with the true takeover is not my birthday. The takeover is Surviving South Dakota. I already want to talk about my one adventure I had in South Dakota in my life. It was both awesome and terrifying at the same time, and I can't wait to get into that. But we're here with Michael and Jason. Michael, you won the first season, Gatlinburg, and you served as host this season. Are you planning on taking over Survivor when Jeff Probst retires?
Yes, I've already been in contact with him. We've got a plan written out. So season 45, I'll be stepping in. He'll take his long-needed retire. It'll be seamless.
I love it. That's actually how our Coco Pele started. Is in the first season, I won it, and then people wanted to do it again, and they were like, well, you have to be host. You're not allowed to play again. Was that kind of like your thing?
Yeah, it's the curse of winning. It's like, all right, well, you're not going to do it twice. So now you're in the driver's seat. You get to figure it all out. But actually, I say that like jokingly. I loved it. I don't know about you, but I absolutely savored every second of creating that second season.
Absolutely. That's why I love doing this stuff so much, is when I go to the events to just watch them like courtside seats.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll do anything to hold a camera or be a tribe handler. Like I can vicariously live through this whole yeah, I love it. And we're here with Jason. You played in this season of South Dakota and used your skills to create the show. So basically, what I want you to do, Dustin's watched everything South Dakota. We actually don't watch all the same LRGs, and I've only watched a handful of moments of episodes, not even a full episode, while he was having lunch, because he watches a lot of episodes at lunch. So I want you to pitch to me why, during my spring break, and everybody else at home should check out Surviving South Dakota.
Okay. All right. Well, so I was adopted into the not adopted really, but this is my fiance. His family forever has been doing neighborhood survivor games. And then I am a videographer. Went to school for it. I do it on the side, whatever. And so they decided when we were going on vacation that, okay, we're arranging a survivor game and we're going to record it. And Jason's going to make it into a show. And so I feel like we have something that a lot of LRGs do not have, which is a professional videographer. I'm sure that there are some that do, but I actually only started watching Survivor so that I could edit this show that we made, because I was I don't know how it's supposed to look and all this stuff. And so I started watching it and kind of replicate it. And so that was a lot of fun. And so I feel yeah, we have the razzle dazzle of the actual show with a fun twist of people that already know each other when they go into it. We're an extremely competitive family. And so I was a perfect fit. And then yeah, so it's kind of like a little bit different from Real Survivor because everyone knows each other. So that's the twist, but it's also edited very nicely, if I do say so myself.
Oh, that's super fun. I love it. I love great editing. The few like we had one of our contestants create drone footage for us, and it was like literally the most amazing like 5 seconds of footage we ever had. So actually that really intrigues me to watch it. Oh, so Snyder posted it's a mega blood versus water, basically, like on steroids.
Exactly.
That's really fun. I've played against my brother once, and I would never do it again because he was never in my alliance. But like, I don't know, it's hard. And I've played against Dustin too many times to count, and we're never playing Survivor again. Like, never, unless the real show called us up and was like, "We're doing Blood versus Water Part 3, 4." I don't know. I'd be like, okay, yeah. But until then, hell no. Dustin is too sneaky. He planned all of this without me knowing. We went to Elton John yesterday, folks.
Oh, nice. How
I
was it?
mean, I know this is we're supposed to talk about Survivor. I'm so sorry, people. Like, this is like the worst podcast ever. It was the most amazing thing. So okay, guys, what are you thinking about season 42 right now? We're about to hit merge. Surprise, everybody. Next week.
Hopefully, they're really banking on merge happening soon. It's always hilarious watching the contestants like, well, I can't wait for the merge. Aren't we like 3 episodes in? So it's like, isn't that still a little soon for the merge?
Yeah.
Is it 5 already? Okay, well, maybe we're a bit closer, but still, it's always hilarious watching contestants be like, dragging like their corpse of a body across the finish line where the merge is, like, as if it's gonna get easier for them then it's just entirely harder. But I'm loving it. I think this is a really fun group. I did not see the last season before this one, where it sounds like they're doing a lot of the same gimmicks, but with another group of people, which is kind of a fun twist. So I'm enjoying it. I am rooting for Hai. I spotted him day one and was like, I feel like he has potential to go all the way, but I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah. Hai got a lot of talk in this episode. Yeah,
for sure.
I was a little worried for a second because of sometimes like, ooh, they're focusing so much on this person. Is there going to be like a reverse triple blindside maneuver at the 11 o'clock hour? No, that's not what's going to happen. It's a little bit stranger than that. Jason, who are you rooting for?
So I have there are 3 people that I feel like I've gravitated toward, and ironically, they're all in a different tribe. So I think Hai is great. Michael's tired of me saying this, but I did think it was questionable in episode 1 when he put blood all over himself, even though there was no injury to show for it. So I was like, maybe he's strategically not that good. But I think he's been good since then. And I don't know. I just like him. He seems good. Drea, I like Drea a lot. I thought from the very beginning, she was like a strong woman that knows exactly what she wants, when she was like, you know what, everyone else wants this person to go home, but I think Rock should go home, and like, we're going to do this. And she had a feeling. And so it didn't end up working out that way. But I was like, you know what? She doesn't care about the consequences. This is a strong player, and she doesn't care. She just wants them to go regardless. And then Jonathan is just such a beast. And I think he's going to get sent home immediately because of it. But he is doing so well. So
I know. And the take, Snyder actually sent this to me. It was like a meme. They're calling him Jonathan. And this episode is so many memes. Somebody needs to put Thor's hammer in his hand, chopping the machete. Like, somebody needs to do this. Like, please send it to me immediately. And then here's the other one. We need like either a GIF or like a meme of Tori psycho chopping the rope. Like, she was frantically, like, crazy person chopping.
Yes, a little terrifying. I saw that too and was like, oh God, I don't know about that.
Oh, it made me crack up hysterically. I live for her. Like, what's weird? I'm doing like a flip side on Tori. Like, I didn't like her at first. Just thought, trying to be a villain. And then like the psychotherapy stuff, I was like, don't be my therapist on Survivor. This is the one place I don't want therapy. Like, we're lying about people. Like, don't therapize. I don't know if that's word. Anyways, but now I kind of find her kind of funny.
Yeah, I think that she is funny. I've always appreciated her, I don't know, so quick to own up on the strategizing that she does, like in her confessionals. I've found that to be, I don't know, kind of charming, but I have a soft spot for villains of seasons, so maybe that's just what it is. But I was wondering, why do you both think that she, like, has lied about her occupation? Do you think that it's an advantage or perhaps like a potential target to identify as a therapist or a psychologist, whatever exactly she is? I found that to be curious.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
I think it's kind of strange. What has she told them her job is?
Oh, I forget exactly what it was. It was something totally different, like something maybe related to being a tutor or a teacher or something like that, but it was far detached from what it actually is. And I was always like, if I had met her in Survivor and she said that she was a therapist, would I think anything differently? You know? I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So there's so many happy birthday messages. We have to pop a friend in. Oh my god, this is crazy. My love.
Hi, happy birthday to you.
I'm trying
I
to
love
make it
you.
work. Destiny, you're
How
such
are
a
you?
doll. This was my queen at Survival Challenge that literally kept me hydrated and sane during the last few days of that event because we're filming nonstop, literally. It's so good to see you. I
Yeah,
miss you.
I just got off work, had to take a shower, had to pop on, say happy birthday, enjoy your show.
Oh, will do. We're spoiling Survivor, so watch it, but watch us later, okay?
I don't think I've watched 40 seasons, so love you.
Oh, you're crazy. I love
I
you.
know.
You're crazy. Watch her in Ascendance Live, people, okay? Just watch her. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love that.
I love her so much. She's amazing. She brought me a giant White Claw at the event. I was so thirsty, and I was like, I need fizz.
Essential. Yes.
Essential, of course, yes. Yeah, so what's that? Will he overcome the merge? I think this is a good topic of conversation, you know? I wanted to talk about Jonathan a little bit more when you guys had brought him up because I feel like, you know, he gave us that backstory about how he worked so hard. I can't take myself seriously with this thing at all. But, you know, he worked so hard to get himself that big. This was not, you know, God's gift to him. Like it took time to get there. And it reminds me of a phrase, I don't know what movie it's from, but that everybody is always most envious of the prettiest person in the room or the strongest person. And there's like always a burden. Like it's hard to like quantify like what that burden actually is. But I think in Survivor, we see that all the time with the strongest, tallest, athletic guy, girl, whoever. Like they always get these targets. But the end of the game isn't always like surprisingly physical, you know? It's like puzzles and I don't know.
I agree. It's tough for him specifically because he looks Herculean, you know, like he is an enormous person that is incredibly muscular. So you immediately pinpoint that person as, oh gosh, he's going to carry the team to the merge. And then at the merge, they're going to take him out the first opportunity that he gets. And like you mentioned, Kirk, they're not always physical challenges after the merge, perhaps intentionally to get those kinds of people an opportunity to get kicked out. So I don't know if I'm as confident that he would make it to the end. I think once the merge comes, they will pinpoint him and say, as soon as we can, let's get him out. But I don't know about you all.
I think he's a shoo-in for the merge. His tribe would be reckless to get rid of him because he has single-handedly won almost every single challenge for them. But yeah, after the merge, people are gonna, I don't know, everyone's gonna see him and be like, okay, he's got to go. I think it's hilarious that he like took it so to heart that like, oh, they say I'm Goliath. It's like, do you not see that at all? Because it's very clear. And the way that this season was cast was a little strange because usually there are tons of muscular men. He's the only one. So
yeah,
I know it's odd. It's very odd. They went, let's get the biggest guy ever.
yeah.
Make up for like 3 people who might be muscular or athletic. He is like, all of them into one person. It's
okay. Oh my gosh, guys! There's another guest popping in. This is literally like my best friend. Like, we don't see each other often at all anymore. But it's like that thing where, you know, that thing where you pick up with friends. She's the second winner of Coco Pele. So this is like near dear Michigan stuff to me. Welcome back, Susie.
Happy birthday, Kirk.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so surprised. Did he like? Did Dustin plan this all out, or was this like a today thing? Did this?
Oh, it's been in the works. It's been in the works for a while.
Oh my gosh. So yesterday I actually sent Susie video of the Elton John concert. We're here to talk about Survivor, but wasn't it amazing?
It was amazing. It was so amazing. I was wishing that I could be there with you. Incredible.
And like literally, we bonded over Elton John. Like, I don't know why. Like, Elton John, like, I feel like he's just so iconic. Literally could play, like, he's like 75, like, right?
Mhm.
And he could play still the same. He sang the same. There's only barely any notes he couldn't hit. Like it's Crocodile Rock stuff that's way up high, but who cares?
So
Everybody else
unreal.
does it. I know, it was
Right.
so unreal. And it literally reminded me so much of you because me and
Oh.
Susie had so much
So
fun.
much
Like that
fun.
whole thing. Yeah, I know. I was like, I missed you. So thanks for
Yay.
popping
I
up.
missed you too.
Okay. So what did you think? Did you see the episode yet?
No, so I only got to watch about the
Okay.
first 20 minutes, and then I had to put my kids to bed, and so
Okay.
they are in bed, and after this, I'm going to go back to my recording.
Yeah. It's a great
But so
episode.
far, it was good. Yeah, I mean, I was riveted for the first 20 minutes. Yeah, it's great.
Because it's like all camp life. Like what?
Yeah.
Like the editing is so like we get so much. I don't want to spoil everything, but I literally put a timestamp in my notes so I know exactly where 8:20 is. And I wrote down good strategy, Mike, at 8:20.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I
you
think
do?
so too.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's gonna that storyline is gonna be interesting.
Well,
You
I
know,
think,
if it
I mean, I don't know what happens, but it's super intriguing to have that opinion about trying to. I mean, he just really has a lot of trust, right? He is playing a poker game at that moment. He
Mhm.
is trusting his team not to need his vote to be able to take it all the way to the merge, and that is super risky. We'll see what happens.
So he's going to I'm gonna spoil one thing, but it's not a spoil.
It's okay.
He's gonna tell a joke at tribal council. Oh, sure. I just gave it away. Fuck. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, cousin neighbor. Anyways, but
Beep.
he's gonna remind you so much of my stepdad. Like 100% Max. Like I was like, oh my God,
Awesome.
Mike is my stepdad. Like 100%. So anyways, just wait for
That's
that.
great.
I'm sorry if I spoiled anything, but you're gonna find out in literally 10 more minutes. Okay. So
It's okay.
it won't
You
be
you can spoil. If there's
Okay.
anyone in this world that can spoil Survivor for me, it's you. You get a pass.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm gonna thank you so much
Okay.
for coming on, Susie. We're
Thank
gonna
you
get
for
back
letting
to
me
breaking it
crash.
down. Yeah,
Happy birthday.
absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh my gosh.
So fun.
I know I'm a little overwhelmed right now. This is so wild. Dustin.
I
I'm getting you back, Dustin. Okay, so speaking of the first 20 minutes, I loved this aspect of it. We saw all three tribes. We saw Ika and Vati twice in the first 20 minutes, like two different sections. I'm loving this new kind of edit where they're really telling the stories. They're showing a lot more camp life. I was here for it. There's so many great quotes too. Tori, okay, first we get the aftermath, and I love Tori. She's like, I'm the first to jump ship, and of course you are.
Yes.
And then Romeo, approaches Mike about why they didn't keep him in the loop, why they wanted to vote out Swathi. I mean, I found that fascinating, and he went with that story. You're my number one, and I think Mike realized where he was socially was not good. So there was a lot of self-awareness there. And so Mike, in my book, went up a couple notches there because I felt like he really pegged where he was. And I felt like he was actively trying to change that this episode. What did you guys think?
What did you think?
I was gonna ask you.
Well,
Go ahead. Okay. So this is the first season that we've ever actually watched week to week, and so I know who Mike is, but it's a little bit harder to like follow the storyline week to week because usually we binge I don't
Let me
have
show
any
you.
thoughts on that. I know who he is. He
Okay.
is the firefighter.
Well,
I flopped on this question.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to have an opinion. I think my opinion is Mike went up socially. I really loved I loved his gameplay. I know you guys were talking, you're very high on high, and I agree too. I just think Mike realized where he was, and I think that realization is such a useful skill in Survivor. So the social dynamics here is Mike actually was not with High and Lydia. We were kind of wrong. This episode really showed us that it was more like this. And it's funny that these two at the start of the episode are kind of talking together again. I called them Shaniel. That's their couple name.
yes.
Love that.
The Shaniel.
So-
And they're like a lovers feuding couple. Like they're never going to get along.
Mhm.
I just thought it was kind of strange I do think that he is becoming more strategic or revealing a more strategic side that we haven't yet seen. But I was curious why Mike would mention the fact that if he does not play it, like say the phrase at the challenge and does not activate his immunity idol,
Mhm.
what that would mean for the group. Like, why would you bring it to their attention and then not do that and say the phrase and activate the idol and seemingly go against the group? And then there was no repercussion for that either by
Yeah.
the group. I was like,
Mhm.
do we miss something here?
I thought that was social game suicide. So that's why I was a little thrown off by your question, because you were like, social game's getting up there. And I'm like, well, what is it though? Because he did talk all this, like, we're all going to go through this as a team and this is going to help us. And then he just threw that right in the trash. And I was wondering if he would, because I knew that the other two would probably say their phrases. And I thought, okay, there's no way he's going to do it. And then he didn't even skip a beat. He just went for it. And as you said, there were no repercussions. I was not surprised at that point that he got one vote. I kind of thought that they might vote him out.
Oh, that's crazy because I don't understand the gameplay of why he got the vote. I can't wait to talk about that. Okay, so so the beware advantages from season 41 and season 42 have a striking difference. And our friends on Reddit have posted the pictures between the two so you can read what the advantage says. And so I had this question last week, and I still have this question because in 41, if the 3 idols were not activated, they were dead once the merge hit. They would have no power whatsoever. And a lot of people have argued, do you have to say the phrase? And we've looked at it a million times. To me, you don't have to say the phrase because it indicates if you want your idol to have power, then you must say the phrase. And then 2 other people must say the phrase as well.
Happy birthday, my favorite hunk of flesh.
Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody, Micronesia is here right now. Literally the queen of Exile Island. Oh my God. Crazy Kathy.
I'm in the house.
You're in the house. I'm going to have a quick little sip on my White Claw and ask you if you would like some gloogly gloog.
Some gloogly gloog.
This is an inside thing between us. Okay. This is an inside joke.
Survivor Challenge. We get to watch a scene from the movie Centipede or something, if I remember correctly.
I blocked that out of my memory on purpose. Thank you.
I think about it every day, every night.
Can you just come swim across Lake Michigan? Just come over and live with me for a little bit. Just visit.
Oh, I should, because I got lots of room in my house. I'm here alone, so.
Really?
I want to say happy birthday.
Ah. Thanks, crazy Kathy. That means a lot. I got to tell a quick story. You're my favorite too. She saved me from being voted out. She literally saved me with an idol. She was a guest. It was a superpower, but I actually needed it and I didn't know it.
I didn't know that you two had played together. That's fun.
Well, she was a celebrity guest star and we were all blindfolded for the Blindfolded challenge. And she went around. We were blindfolded by the way for like 30 minutes. And she went around and took goofy pictures. And we're sitting around blindfolded wondering, when is this damn challenge going to start? And then it's over. And out come all these pictures on Facebook, and we're like, oh, it was a practical joke. So if yeah, if
What a
she's
fun
at your
trip.
game, expect mischief.
Yes, I just like mischief. I get in trouble a lot.
A lot of trouble.
Out was Pirate Booty Camp, right, with Rebecca, where I showed up. I was a reward. Justin won me, but loved you so much. He gave me to you. And we had so much fun. I shoved your bag full of candy and meat and chips. And I said, shove it in your pants, take it back to camp. And then I think I went another time where I could write down who to save, or I got to write your name down on a thing, and you did not get voted out. And I think you won that game.
I know. And people still, and speaking of, there's a gentleman backstage who voted for me to win that season. Pete is
Happy
here.
birthday.
Oh my God, Pete.
Wait, I got to put on the glasses.
Yeah, it's me. Yep.
Oh, Pete, thank you so much for coming on to say.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to say happy birthday.
But thank you more for that vote at Final Tribal Council, my friend.
You earned it because I wasn't voting for you in that tribal council. Kirk, not Kirk. What's
Craig.
your kid's name?
Craig.
Craig lost that himself because I was voting for Craig and you out-talked him.
That was the crazy Kathy mojo at that moment. I harnessed my inner goober to win that.
Your inner goober?
Because if anybody's going to overtalk, it's me. It's me. I know how to overtalk.
Can you imagine if Kathy had been at Final Tribal Council? Like if it was a final 3, I would have just, oh God, I would have freaking loved it. I would have the best ever.
I just wanted to say happy birthday. You had a great day.
Oh, thank you, Pete. Thanks for popping on.
Yeah,
I appreciate
I
it.
enjoyed watching Kathy and you talk about that because I remember it all. I remember the candy, all the things. She snuck us a few things, but not as much as she snuck you. And she definitely saved you in that vote, but I think you would have gone home.
Yeah. So really quick, the story. She stuffed a hamburger patty into like a bag of Doritos, like literally crushed it in, and then she was like, she looked at me as I was leaving the reward, and she gives this disgusting hunk of like gross to me, and she goes, "Go make friends." Because clearly I needed friends.
Oh, you had a good alliance for friends, don't you?
Yeah, that's but then I took the meat out, and it was like when you go to the beach when you throw bread in the air with seagulls. Like I was like, oh, let's put this in the rice, let's cook it up. Oh no, they didn't wait for rice. They didn't wait to cook it up. They snatched it out of my hand and they ate it like zombies on The Walking Dead. They were like, "Arr, arr, arr." I was like,
you would think we were starving. We weren't even that hungry, actually.
It was like 7 days.
I know. It was so fun.
Oh,
Didn't I shove like a couple of eggs full of meat? I said, here, shove this in there and shove that. Just bring back bags of meat. Bags of meat. Make friends. Make friends.
If there couldn't be a better strategy for Survivor, just, people say, oh, I'm not here to make friends. But honestly, maybe you should make some friends.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you really do.
Just don't have a person like Kathy had on her tribe. Who is that? Jason?
Oh my God, douche canoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that BJ or Jason? Same one?
Yes. Jason. I'm a Survivor God too, douche canoe.
The
moron.
The stick guy.
Oh yeah, it's just
with Ozzy
stick guy.
Yeah, the fucking stick. Speaking of, I thought Jonathan was getting a little. Oh, did you guys see this episode yet, Pete?
I did. Yeah.
I did.
Oh, you did? I thought
I like Jonathan.
Yeah, but wasn't he? They showed all that like survival-y stuff. He got all that fish. He's kind of reminding me more now of that typical like Ozzy kind of archetype, but with maybe less ego.
He had to tone it back a little bit tonight too. He was about to get in trouble. But he's aware of that, at least. He's aware that he has to tone it back.
Yeah.
And he
that's the
seems like
thing.
he's way more personality than Ozzy. I spent 2 days on Exile Island with Ozzy, and it would have been better if I had a cardboard cutout of Ozzy. Absolutely no personality. At least he could have kept, if I had the cardboard cutout, at least I could have slept on it, shaded myself from the sun, used it.
And Kathy, wouldn't you pick up
Boring.
like you go on the beach?
Gee, Ozzy, tell me about yourself. Well, Ozzy, tell me about yourself. Well, I want to write a book about coconuts. And if I win money, I want to open up skate parks in Mexico. I'm like, what? Okay. I'll find us some food, and he didn't even do that. So really, yeah. Anywho,
That's disappointing. I'd expect a lot of fish every day. I'd at least be hoping for fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2 days got me nothing.
Jonathan had a feast. They had a whole lot of fish. I'm
They
telling
did.
ya. Like that was pretty impressive.
And
Just
he
like
just did it.
everything.
I'm just calling him
Everything.
Thor. I'm just gonna call him Thor. He's
Right.
freaking hot.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah.
I mean, he
Jonathan.
does everything right. And, he actually caught the fish just by trying to get away from Mary Ann. He just had to have something to do.
I literally want people to post images of him with Thor's hammer. Like take the picture of him in different clips and put the hammer in his hand.
Well, he had the axe tonight. You could probably catch one of those where he chopped
Yeah, that's the perfect
rope.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, I want that juxtaposed next to Tori frantically, psychotically chopping through
chopping
the
it.
rope.
And he goes, pop. 2 pulls, knocks the things down. Or at least they only show 2 pulls.
Yeah. And did you see when he pulled that rope in the challenge? One, it was only his bicep. He just went, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
I
Michael,
could-
like, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you'd like to do. You're thinking about the movie Centipede.
Oh, the video game, you mean? The video game Centipede. Yes, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
Let's
what I mean. That's what I
straight
mean.
down. Yeah. But no, that was so impressive. And then they were in last place because Omer completely.
Couldn't untangle that braid. It was just a
Yeah.
braid.
This is the second braid in a row too, because they did a braid last week
Mhm.
as well,
Hmm.
where they had the
Yep.
hopscotch or
Yep.
rope.
Mhm.
So Omer's doing that. Can somebody explain what happened here? Why was this hard? I'm confused.
Well, did you notice that he had to follow a tray or a trail on the tray? He couldn't just undo it. It was almost like that puzzle where you have to put the numbers in order, where he had to scoot the things around to do it in order to get it out untangled. But everybody else did it easy.
Yeah.
He just couldn't see it.
Yeah. What we also saw happening was if they were to lose, we were watching him dig his own grave.
Oh
and
yeah.
was sent home, which is like, oh no, yeah, just shield your eyes.
I was really curious if he would be the one to go. Like he seems like the obvious choice, but he's so tight with Jonathan, what have you. It's like, is that going to happen? Clearly, that's. But yeah.
Oh, I got a message. There were other people backstage. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Let me jump off.
I didn't
and-
click yet.
Okay,
so
I'll-
Just wanted to say happy birthday.
Off
Oh,
too.
well, bye, guys.
I wanted to say
Thanks for
happy
joining.
birthday to you, sweetie.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
Kirk.
Love
We'll
you.
talk later.
Happy
Thanks for-
birthday.
Thanks so much, guys. This is really, really special. Can I change my name to Crazy Kirk right now, just in honor? I'm gonna see if I can make that happen.
I don't see anyone else backstage.
Oh no, it was. I saw in my message. Okay, well, my bad. Anyways, That said, I don't even know where we're at. There's so many good things about the early part of the episode that I wanted to talk about. Like, I loved the Jonathan and Marianne kind of heated argument that was happening about him chopping the thing, and the thing touched her foot, and that then she had to talk a lot about that. And my favorite thing is that she called it her workspace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you working on?
Like, somebody is clearly working here and it's not you.
Like when did Survivor get cubicles? I didn't know we could like say, this is my part of the island. This is mine.
I was also thinking that would be the perfect opportunity for someone in the audience to take a picture of Jonathan swinging down his hammer on her foot, which is what she ended up complaining about.
Oh, yes. That's a good one. Oh, please, whoever is the people that make these, please make this happen on Reddit. I would love to see these. And I loved, what did Omer said? He said he couldn't stop the petty inside of him or something like that. And I loved that whole take on it. But Omer, man, he just like, Lindsay absolutely saved the team in that puzzle part of the challenge. Like, Jonathan would never have had an opportunity to actually dominate that challenge had Lindsay not been like puppeting Omer in that moment.
It's got to be so stressful, especially when you realize that it's not working. Like, what you're doing is not working. You can see yourself like digging your own grave. That just makes it worse. Like, I feel like I would lock up if I were in his shoes, not being able to solve what might seem like a simple puzzle, but what we're not seeing is the fact that they are dehydrated, they're not eating, and you have the pressure of ruining this whole thing for yourself if you don't do it. So that's a lot of pressure. I can see myself also struggling with that if I were in his shoes.
What did you two think about the Daniel moment? This is very interesting. They teased us about it in the week before. They're like, Daniel spearfishing with a broken shoulder. And so we're like, okay, ready for it. And then it's not just like them like editing this together. All 4 people are on the beach talking about it. This is a bad sign. And this is like juxtaposed in the next clip or in the previous clip with Jonathan catching all of that fish and not having any of the same social malpractice.
Yeah.
Like, he just had it with Marianne. Everybody else is cool with Jonathan, and everybody's pissed at Daniel.
Poor Daniel. But I mean, like, what are you doing? You're not participating in the challenges. Like, you have the opportunity to maybe redeem yourself a little bit, get some fish. You do neither. What?
I don't think it's a poor Daniel situation. Do you have so little foresight? Like, you don't think people are going to talk about the fact that you're out there swimming forever when you can't swim during a challenge? Like, but also I feel like he did have the foresight, because there was a clip of him like going back and looking at the beach to see if anyone was watching him. Like, are they talking about me or whatever? What is he doing? I don't know.
What did he expect would happen?
Goodbye.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, completely. Daniel says the morale gets a B, but for survival skills of our tribe, we get a D-.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, whoa, dude.
We might see him a little bit better without him.
Yeah, it's weighted with him there, and now they have an A.
And that's what Hai said. Remember, this would have made another great episode title. He said, I'm excited to lose so I can trim the fat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They could have just called it Trim the Fat.
Yeah.
True. That would have been appropriate. But then we would have known that Jonathan was not going home. He was staying. If the title is Trim the Fat, Jonathan is staying.
Oh, that's true. It's a total spoiler then. Backstage.
Kirk, good to see you, man.
It's my birthday.
It is. That's why I'm here. I just wanted to pop in and say happy birthday to you.
Yeah,
buddy, this is so cool. I'm getting used to it now. You're like my I don't know. We've had a few people popping in and out. It's good to see you, buddy. How are things?
It's great, and just a little bit actually. I'm gonna hop over on my podcast, but I could not hop on and say happy birthday to you. And also, I just want to say, Kirk, you're awesome, and keep doing you.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Are you guys? Are you talking about Survivor? Or are you doing
Angelica? Yeah.
Oh yeah, like literally our podcast that we do.
I mean, I
Badass.
could talk about CBS Survivor, but that's what y'all are doing.
Yeah. Did you see the episode?
I haven't yet. No.
Okay, so no spoilers, buddy. Way to go. Check out Survivor Angelica. What a great crew. I think they might be done casting now for this summer, or they're probably.
I think
timing
so.
it.
At least they're about to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But definitely check them out. I got to see them last year in person, and it is literally, it kind of reminds me of like the vibe Michael and Jason, your Survivor, like I think has, because a lot of people know each other. It's really, I don't know, it's got a very cool, like, theirs is like a camping vibe.
That's so
Yeah,
fun.
they have a camping vibe. They sleep in log cabins. It's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's like summer camp for adults, but they vote each other out.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Parker, for stopping by. We're going to
Absolutely.
continue spoiling the episode. Check him out on Survivor Angelica recaps.
Yes, please do.
Sum it up.
It was good seeing you, Kirk. Y'all have a good
Yeah.
one.
Peace out.
Bye.
Cool. This
Keep
is
it on
like,
at this point.
Yeah, really.
I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, this is a great episode though, guys. Like,
It was.
yeah. Drea, is she the queen of advantages now?
I mean, I think so.
She has
One-
3.
Yeah. So we actually, our Survivor history, I told you we started watching last year, or I didn't say last year, but we started watching because of our show. And we got through season 20, and then this season started airing, so we started to watch that. So we've seen literally seasons 1 through 20, and then this one. And this one is so drastically different in that there are like a million advantages and items, and it's like almost a little hard to follow because we didn't like ease into them. So just the fact that any one person has 3 advantages and not just one that one person somewhere in camp has is wild. So yeah, I would say she's the queen.
Oh yeah. It's bizarre. So season 20 was that what was that? Heroes versus Villains or
Yes.
Okay. So you did see the infamous the 2 idol play by Poverty
Yes.
in that season.
Oh,
Yes.
That was incredible.
Mhm.
That season,
That whole season.
that was like so stressful. I remember watching that season with Jason, and after like an episode or 2, I was like,
Yeah.
I need a break. Like I cannot binge this one. Like we've binged the other seasons. Like it's a lot for me to watch. Like, this is like, I'm so stressed because I can just tell how stressed they are, and like a fraction of that stress is being transmitted to me, and I'm like, too much.
Mhm.
Pause.
Yeah, with every other season, we were watching like 3 or 4 episodes a day, and we were watching like maybe an episode every like 3 days. of
Yeah.
Heroes vs. Villains.
It's a
I wanted
lot.
to keep going, but he couldn't handle it.
No, it was a lot.
It's a lot. It starts off that way with Sugar. Just there's a lot of hostility, negativity in that very opening challenge where I think it's Sandra's ripping off her. I mean, it's just like, whoa, we're gonna get very, very dirty in Heroes versus Villains,
She
and
was-
that's why I think some people like it.
yeah.
I do
loved
kind of
it.
love it, even though I'm like speaking out of both sides of my mouth. Like it was stressful, but it was also like I love All Stars formats and reality competition of any show because people know what to do. They know what they need to like portray in the show instead of just being like totally blinded by the first time of being on the show. I always love it so much more.
Mhm.
I know, right? So Drea has 3 flipping things. So she grabs the beware advantage, and then she's like, I don't care. I lost my vote. I have an extra vote. I'm going to give it. It's transferable. I'm going to give it to Romeo. I mean, it is a lot of advantages to remember. I wish there was like a score card that would just appear on the side. Just like, screw it, Survivor. This is not a documentary anymore. Give me a cheat sheet, because otherwise, look what we have to do. We have to create like pictures and infographics. Like this is difficult.
Well, what she didn't mention too is that she has the shot in the dark still, right? So she has 4.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, she has one or she can use it?
Everybody
Like,
has one.
okay, so
everybody-
she hasn't yet actually like put her name in for that, right? Or
No,
did I
she
miss
hasn't
that?
used it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she has one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You
like
know,
they were like pre-given at the start of the game, the dice. Oh my gosh. You are totally right. That is 4. That is got to be a Survivor first.
Yeah.
Hands down. So Drea is going to be in the Wikipedia Hall of Fame records for the end of time. Congrats, girl. But her strategy is remarkable. Can we just give Drea some more love? Because she just turns it around. She's like, oh, I'm not afraid. I'm going to keep risking it, doing the right move. I trust my ally enough. You have to have that one person, right? We see that so much. I'm going to give him the vote because I don't have my vote. And then we see Mike go double back on his strategy and activate the clue. So the idols get activated. Marianne wastes no time. She literally says, Jeff's like, how are you doing? And she's like,
something about a rabbit in a mailbox or something.
Yeah. For the 5th time.
Yeah.
I think she's just kooky enough that it like made sense for her character, but for everyone else, it was like, well, actually, I thought Drea did a fabulous job wrapping it in there.
The way that she brought up the potato, I was like, that was seamless.
Yeah. Mike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his not so good, but I don't know. People were probably so lost at that point that nobody batted an eye.
Well, it's like he just doubled down and then he was like, I'm going to tell an entire story based on this fake activated phrase, this Harry Potter spell, I have to say. And like, I'm like, dude, this is when it's obvious you're telling a lie.
Yeah, not only was it like an outrageous thing to talk about in the first place, but he decided to like interject. Like, I'm going to stop this conversation.
I have something
Jeff,
to say.
look at me. Let me tell this outrageous thing that everyone's going to look at me and be like,
I would have waited for a better opportunity because it didn't say in the instructions like when you have to do it. I think you have probably the entire challenge, right? And so
I don't know.
It was a little out of place.
We need like an on-site lawyer, just like they have on-site medics, so that we can figure out the intricacies of activating all of these secret items and when you cannot. We need it.
Yeah, because actually this brings up another point I didn't get to earlier with all the popping in of birthday people. So one of the differences between the beware advantages. So at the bottom of 42's advantages, it says that if the idols are not activated and you get to merge, they get full power. They are not dead this season, right? But the way it's worded, if you read it, the way it's worded makes it seem like if all 3 idols are found but not activated, these don't get power. So like you would have to have only 1 or 2 because you couldn't activate it. But then it's like, how would they know that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you? I don't.
That's a good point. I didn't pick up on that. I thought that if they were not, like the phrase was never spoken by all 3 owners, then at the merge, they were all active. I did not notice that they would not be activated if they were all found but not spoken. So that's what I'm talking about. We need that on-site lawyer to really.
Yeah, we do. And if I had the picture from Reddit, I would pull it up right now to show you guys because it's just look at the last line of it. It's very strange. But I think Survivor, when they wrote it, they didn't think through all those intricacies, you know? I really think they just they mucked through it a little bit, which is kind of like an LRG.
Right. There are a lot of layers to it, but I mean, at least it's working out in their favor and it didn't like stumble across the finish line where they were like stuck in a technicality come the merge, right?
Yeah. So basically, you know, the end all be all is Vati is going to go back to tribal council. It's a mess. Like who was trying at that last part of the challenge? It was Shaniel and Mike. I think were mostly trying to hit those targets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike hit 1, I think, right?
Say again?
Mike hit 1 target, right?
You hit 1.
Yes,
yeah.
he did hit 1 and then couldn't get that second one. So the second person stepped in, but didn't unfortunately get it.
So yeah, Drea smashed her target. That was great to watch.
Yes.
I love her. She's such a queen. But we get back to then the aftermath. We're going to get some strategy. We also are going to take another journey. I don't know. I feel like Survivor is just not trying anymore when they're like, you're going to go take a journey.
Yeah, that's it now. It's a journey. It's not like You're going to Exile
Yeah.
Island or Island of the Idols. You're going on a journey, and it's gonna last. I don't know. Looks like maybe an hour, and then we're gonna bring you back.
And it's always the same, and it sounds like other people that have not gone already know what it is, and so it's like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't care.
it's just like maybe I don't know. The quality of these gimmicks start to like decrease in value the more that we see of them. You know, like maybe like if we've got advantages, maybe not journeys. You know what I mean? One or the other, not both.
It's a fun way for people to like interact with people from other tribes, which we've seen a lot of in past seasons with like I think there was an Exile Island where they had to go with different people. And that's always fun because they can make deals and stuff if they're willing to open up.
Yeah.
But that's and so it's like
I agree. There's a little flavor that's missing. Kathy, who was just here, infamously was at Exile Island, I think 3 different times and never found the idol.
Yeah.
She tried. They didn't show it in the clips. She tells the story about she was trying to find it. I think it was already found, actually, if I remember correct. I don't remember.
I think by Ozzy.
Yeah. Her favorite person.
It sounds like. That's funny.
Yeah.
I would love to learn more about that.
So, just talk to her. It's great stuff. Lydia gets a little journey edit. We get a little behind the scenes back from her life at home. I got to be honest, to both of you, this one did not strike a chord with me. Like it didn't. I don't know. The other, I think, pulled on my heartstrings maybe a little bit more. I don't think this is a contest of pulling on heartstrings, but if this was American Idol, maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've definitely been seeing them do a lot more of that, like, here's my tragic story this season. That's not something that they've done up to the point where we've watched. And a lot of them have been really significant. Like, who just went home? Yes.
Daniel,
yeah. Yeah, so like he had like brain cancer and like that's obviously a huge deal. And then I don't know, I feel like everyone's had like a big story and then hers was just like, I've just never been a confident person. So yeah, I feel you.
And the thing is, she's so funny. The few clips we have of her Twitter feed is like so funny. And when she's like on the platform, she's like, y'all bitches come here now. Yes. Like so funny, so classic. So this story doesn't resonate with me emotionally at all. I think this was a really bad choice by the editing side. I think she could be more portrayed as like the strategic joker, strategic jester. She's like a right-hand ally, but that could also be the strategic mastermind, but is also just funny at times. And I don't know if maybe that's not coming across on the island as much as I've seen, but I really, really wish that was her story.
Yes, what Michelle just typed in the chat is exactly what I was just going to say. Like, not every contestant needs to have this dramatic backstory. Like, they can just be a contestant. We can just get to know them based on their gameplay. We don't need to know about something tragic because it feels manufactured. And then if it does come off as manufactured, we don't actually connect with them and it backfires on editing. So it's like, what was the point?
What I will say is that I appreciate the edit that she's getting a little bit more than I thought I would, because they, in the very first episode, painted her out to be like, I'm the Gen Z that complains about anything and doesn't have a work ethic. And it's very much not that anymore.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was going to be so cringe to watch. And so I'm glad that they tried something else, whether or not it worked. But yeah.
That's true. Absolutely. So they make the choice to both protect their vote when they're there. I mean, that was the optimal choice. It was kind of like, I felt like Survivor did such a great job this episode. We got so much camp life. We got so much strategy that they could have told us literally weeks ago, like for Mike, telling us why he wasn't saying the phrase. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
even if they took that clip and put it 2 weeks ago and they kind of Franken bit it together, it would have made more sense for us. And we could have at least seen why he was making that choice. But yeah, they both make the choice to protect their vote. And I'm like, okay, did we need to see this?
One thing that I do think is interesting is that the scenario has been a little bit different. Maybe not each time, but there was one where they each chose something different. There was one where they both protected, and there was one where they both risked. And so, like, even though it's not the most exciting thing to watch all the time, I like that there's variation in it.
Yeah.
Not that they could have planned that, but yeah.
It was just a little long for me. It was like, okay, we're walking, we're not going to tell each other anything, then we're going to do this thing, and then we're going to leave. I was like, we could see this in 2 minutes or less.
Mm-hmm.
She did say, she said, we were both very cagey.
Yeah. I can't blame her. I think I would probably do the same. But like maybe that's even an opportunity for her to like come off as a trustworthy competitor where it's like, hey, I am being loyal to my team. You can respect that, right? And so that if they encounter each other in the merge, then this other person would know, oh, you know, this person is worth their word and I can trust them, even though that might not be the case. Who knows? But, you know, it's an opportunity that I don't think every chance that you get to interact with someone that's not on your tribe is an opportunity to, you know, take one step further. And maybe we didn't see that happen today.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. Are we missing any main points before tribal council? I think we've hit a lot of the...
I think that's everything. I don't know. There was a lot. It was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a great episode to watch. I completely agree. The only thing is like following up on like who has which advantage in Idol, which I can quickly run down right at the end when we show the draft thing. But we get to tribal council. I was actually up brushing my teeth when tribal council started, and tonight's music sounded very dramatic, like almost like over the top dramatic, like I was watching like an epic adventure movie. I was like, is this normal?
Are we about to launch into space? Like, are we about to fight Thanos? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, totally. It was very, very dramatic. And then it's like Mike, the dad, sits down. Daniel, the clerk.
Yes.
Also, oh my God, hot take, Daniel's wardrobe. What? They pick their clothes. They pick their clothes.
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, it started with the socks. And then I was like,
it started with the shoes.
It started with the shoes.
Yeah.
They weren't at travel yet. And he had those like light brown leather shoes on. And then I looked up and saw those like, I don't know, shorts, plaid shorts or something. And then
green knee-high socks.
You brought those clothes. You were going to Survivor.
Yeah. You should have sat back row with those.
They did not say like, take what's on your back. We're going right now. It was like, no, you packed a bag.
And then they chose it and they sent clothes back, or they were like, no, something else, bring it. And then if they still don't like it, they just buy it for you. So it's like in the end all be all, they chose that. Oh. You know, this makes me think we should do a queer eye for the Survivor guy.
I'm in.
Yeah, this would be great. We could even be a reward in real life someday. They could just fly us out there and we're like, oh, this is not going to work.
We'll just criticize. We're not going to change anything. We're only going to criticize.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
Be like, oh, look at that. The way that tarp is hung. Oh, this shelter is terrible.
Jonathan, you're doing great, honey. Anyways.
We need some more beach sand for exfoliation, people.
Yes.
I don't know. Whatever.
Actually,
okay.
I loved Jonathan's floral, I don't know, tank top. I was like, love that. That's a 9. Yeah. I'm in.
That's yeah. Jonathan can wear just about anything.
Yeah, sure. Or
and look great. Yeah, or Tarzan it up. Why not? Oh boy. So yeah, we're at Tribal Council. We do not get to see Jonathan at Tribal Council because it is Vati. Like I said, earlier in the podcast, Mike reminds me of my stepdad. He told they were telling that joke about his age. I loved that whole weirdness. It was obviously an inside joke, he's so old, but we don't know how old he is because he looks so good. You know, this is a thing. If you want to get cast for Survivor and you're old but look young, you should definitely audition.
Lean into that.
They love it. They love it. Whatever you have to do, start your skincare regimen at 21.
And yes, do what you have to do to look younger than you are, and then they'll be able to put you on the show and make jokes about maybe you're about to die. We don't know. I was like, what am I joking about?
That's so true, especially in such a morbid moment like Tribal Council, where the flame is your life, and
literally and metaphorically about to happen. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was so weird. Hopefully, I live longer than you do. I was like.
And then he was like, and there's a good chance that'll happen. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess. What?
That is, I get it only because it's so my stepdad's kind of humor, and like he would literally make that same expression like that Mike made. Like, I know I told a joke. Like Mike was like, that was funny, wasn't it?
It's lovable. I
That's what it is. It's lovably droll.
yes.
Yeah, and then let's get into the ultimate breakup of the Shaniel duo alliance. Daniel just goes all in, and he decides to milk the cow. He decides to milk the entire farm, and
Ugh.
just
Yes, he milked the whole farm. It was not just the cow. He brought in the pigs and the goats. He brought in the chickens, like all of it, and it was weird. I was like, just stop. Stop. If I were
know.
sitting there, they would have panned to my face, and me rolling my eyes so hard it knocked me out of my seat.
Okay, so you and Tori would be great on the same tribe because and you, Tori and Eliza Orleans would be all eye rolls.
Completely. I just
I
don't
love
have the patience for that. I don't know.
You know, I want to give Daniel credit for that boxing analogy. I think that was the best thing he brought to Survivor and to Tribal Council. That's so true about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to make it clear, he was trying to analogize after being prompted by Jeff a couple times, that boxers don't just hit people in the streets, right? They box according to the rules of the game, and survivors just don't go around in life lying to everybody and backstabbing and manipulating people. No, they're doing it in this game. So I thought that was a really great analogy to what games are in general. That was brilliant, but it's not enough to save you.
No, I agree. We've seen people kind of like speak to that a little bit in the past, where speaking like to the heroes versus villains season at the very end, where it's like, I don't lie like this all the time. This is not who I am. And they can say that, but it's like at the end of the game when it's like, now you're just saying what you need to say to get, you the $1 million or whatever the case is. But to, I think, have an analogy like that and say like, this is a game where I am brought on to lie. I don't do this in regular life, and it's because I'm in this position that I am leaning into lying. Like I found that to be totally relatable. I mean, even from my own experience playing on like fake Survivor seasons, like I don't lie all the time. Like I'm not a snake all the time, sometimes, but not all the time,
Yeah, and generally that's how people are. Like when people are saying, I'm going to be a villain, I'm going to lie all the time. Well, they don't, because you can't win Survivor that way. You can't just lie. Like, who is that winner? Show them to me, because they need to teach other people. It doesn't exist. And so I think it's a great way to say it. It's like you lie when you're in trouble, when your back's against the wall, when you have nobody on your side. Like, there are reasons people lie, and Tori could therapize all about that if she wanted to.
Yes.
Lydia brought up a good point at Tribal Council that we're going to be at a 4-4-4 tribal split tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I must have missed that.
What? This is a Survivor first. I mean, there's not been a swap, and each tribe is down to 4 players, and that's like a core, right? That's kind of like becoming like the core of that tribe.
I love to see that, because it shows the teams are balanced, and it's not sad because like one team is dominating, and that's great. That's fun to watch too. But when they're balanced, then you're really left as an audience member not knowing what's next.
I think that's the value in like 3 tribes versus 2, because I think that like we've seen Jonathan's tribe kill it over and over and over again. And if there are only 2 tribes, then it would be their tribe winning and the other one losing. But yeah, 3 balances it out a little bit more, and obviously they did trip up and go to tribal once.
Yeah. Seeing a first, second, and third is sometimes more exciting than just see like a win or lose. Like when there are 2 teams, it's win or lose. But when there are 3 now, it's like first and second get rewarded, and the third gets the boot. And yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. I think that's fun.
It super is. I wanted to bring up the 12 and just break down the vote really quick. So what was interesting is Shaniel threw her vote to Mike. And then we had...
Oh, is that confirmed? Oh, I didn't watch the end. I was wondering who voted for him. Okay.
Yes, it was confirmed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dustin told me that. So Lydia and Mike and Daniel split their votes between Daniel and Shaniel. So can you guys explain to me what Shaniel's reasoning was for voting Mike to draw the tie at 2-2?
You know, I don't know. I feel like that's just a situation where it doesn't make much sense, but she's got her back against the wall and there is nothing that really she can do. And maybe in a fluke, Lydia doesn't actually tell the truth, the fact that she doesn't have a vote or something like that, right? Where then in that one odd situation, it does go in her favor because she went in a different direction than what they're telling her to do. Because at the end of the day, you've got to watch your own back before, you go with the group.
Okay, so you're absolutely right, Michael. That is brilliant strategy. Will you please be in my alliance if I ever play Survivor? Because that's it. Absolutely. Because then there's 2, and then potentially, if Lydia's lying, she's only going to throw 1 vote. So then, if an idol is played or some other advantage to save the person with 2, then it would be a tie potentially, right? With 1 vote Shaniel, 1 vote Mike, and then a revote. Who knows what happens? You're right. Her back's against the wall. Let's try this move. But you're right. She was considering the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It was juicy. When I saw that, I was like,
oh. Absolutely. So out of these 12 that are left, who are the most likely people to flip on their original alliance and work with others that they've either met from Shipwreck Island or just because they're tired of the people they've lived with for 15 days?
I think Drea, because she hates Tori and Rock.
I was going to say
also
Tori.
Smart.
Tori's been on the outs with her tribe. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just going to take one opportunity to flip, and she's gone.
I think Tori as well. She kind of told us that this episode that she's out. Interesting. Michelle May says Jonathan.
I was thinking
That
him
crossed
as well.
my mind as well. Yeah, I would just wonder, like, he is, once the merge comes, he's going to have the biggest target on his back because of his physical size. Would it be wise for him to jump ship with, I don't know, 3 previous relationships already made? I could see it happening, but would there be value in that? I feel like the risk is too great.
I really think that he kind of would have to, because he has single-handedly almost won all of their challenges. And I know they all think that Marianne is annoying. Once everyone else meets her, they're probably also going to think that she's annoying and vote her out regardless. And so that's a person that's off of his tribe. Omar, yeah. He's not been super strong. And so I feel like he is the strong one that's helping that tribe win, and him alone. And so he needs stronger people on his side because everyone else is not.
That's true. I also think Shaniel, of course, that's an obvious one, right? She needs a restart for her game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can see, just by the people that you've pulled aside, you've got a group that is not quite a majority, but I think they could pull Mike, honestly, because it seems like, based on what we've seen today with his shenanigans and his item, maybe he'd be open to doing something that's best serving him, and then it would be a split 50-50.
Oh, this is true, because Mike's been in that scenario where he's had votes against him. He's been in situations where they have not told him the truth. Is this enough to make him jump ship? I'm going to throw another wrench into it. Lindsay, Drea, and Hai all have amulets that only work if they work together, or they have to start voting each other out in order to get a more powerful amulet.
I feel like the only person of those 3 that the 3 would need to worry about would be Hai, because of his bond with Lydia. It seems like it's so strong that they would have to be looped in, or it wouldn't work.
Forgot about that. I know that she said that she had that, but I forgot about the first episode thing. Okay.
Yeah. So we have those amulets. We have the 3 beware advantages with Mike, Marianne, and Drea. Drea has everything. And then Drea has an extra vote. Marianne has an extra vote.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's it.
As if that's just a couple things. That's so many.
Yeah. So there's 3 idols, 2 extra votes, and then 1 more extra vote if you put the amulets together. Oh my God, they're not going to give a shit about the amulet extra vote power.
Yeah.
I think their strategy is going to be to vote each other out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes a steal a vote for 2, and then it's just an idol for 1. I think the better strategy is just knock each other out.
I agree. I feel like even too, like the relationships for that amulet, I think is what you're calling it, and what they called it too in the show. It was like introduced too early. That was episode 1.
Mhm.
You know, so much can happen from day 1 to day X when they are faced with each other again, you know? I don't know. I don't see it coming to benefit any of them.
So I'm going to do a quick update on the draft totals. Speaking of our Queen Jillian that popped on early to surprise us all at the start of the episode, she's at 18 points in second place. Brody is still in first with 19 points. And then we have us that are not going to win. So it's pretty much between those two at this point. Something could happen right over here with 15, but I don't know. I think my Cam's 12 and my 14. I think we're out of luck for this game. Cam does have Drea, so that maybe she'll be in the last episode, but I don't know.
This is tough. It's really hard to predict. I feel like there are a lot of good players to look at there.
For sure. But that's the update, and the person that wins this will get a free live reality games buff to wear at their next favorite LRG event. Yeah, I think that's most of the episode. I think we've covered everything, guys. That was super
Some
fun.
amazing guests.
Yay.
Oh, really quick. Next week is merge. Justin talked about, well, it's the fake merge. So they're doing the same thing they did in season 41. So he said it's going to be weird that 2 groups compete in the challenge. One is safe, the other's not. So what the plan is, if they do this with the hourglass twist, Justin, you're a little bit wrong. It was at 12. What they're going to do is they're going to divide into teams of 5, 2 teams of 5, and then 2 people will be left out. One of those players will go to the island. I don't know. On a journey. and we're gonna get an hourglass. And for some reason, of course, we're gonna smash the hourglass because that's what you do with hourglasses.
Right. I do that with all of my hourglasses.
Just like the shot in the dark, right? Like we don't roll the dice, but it's okay,
whatever.
Makes no sense. But anyways, somebody's going to get to pick that. And if it is the same twist as last season, there are 5 people that are going to walk away hating the TV show Survivor because they might have immunity taken from them, because that's what happened in 41. So did you guys watch season 41 at all?
No, this is entirely new to us. We
Okay.
need to really watch what happens.
Oh my God. I almost want you guys to pop on and give me your feedback of how you feel about this twist, because it was so controversial in season 1 that it literally made players mad, because for the first time ever, they took immunity away from a tribe that won immunity because a person smashed an hourglass and was like, I'm going to turn back time. Like, that's not how you turn back time. You get share on stage, and that's how you turn back time, people.
Yes.
So anyways, she turns back time and automatically is immune. So the choice was, if you don't smash the hourglass, you're going to tribal council and you're not safe. Or smash this hourglass and you're safe. And
okay. When the field is so saturated with items and stuff like that, I don't know. I can see why it would be included. Do I agree with it? I don't know. I would want to see it shake out in next week's episode, because that would certainly be frustrating. If I put my neck on the line to go find one of these items and then it gets taken away from me, it's all for nothing and out of your control entirely.
I feel like I would not smash the hourglass, because then you're the next person to go, because everyone's mad at you for taking their immunity. No, that's weird.
Everybody at home is loving this because you two are unspoiled. These comments I'm living for right now. But it's really interesting because that's my take on it too. It just seems like a terrible, terrible move. Like why would you do that? You're messing up other people's games. Just gross. Not a good idea. I'm hoping an LRG fixes the hourglass twist, but that is most likely what is going to happen next episode. So this is, again, 2 seasons in a row with no swap in Survivor. That's crazy.
That is crazy. You never know what to expect.
I screamed at Elton John for like 2.5 hours. Also, by the way, that man performed for over 2 hours at 75 and had 3 costume changes.
And is doing a world tour. My sister saw him last weekend, actually.
Where?
Indianapolis. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Everybody go see it. Anyways, next week for our takeover, we're going to be joined by Scotty Survivor. They are back with season 2, having just launched earlier this week with Naomi and Lee, back covering that with our special podcaster, Aaron. And you guys will know Aaron was from Michigan, and you'll see that the Michigan All-Stars cast was released, and Aaron is back on the college campus. So here at LRGs, we're rooting for you, Aaron, and all of the All-Stars. Can't wait to watch Survivor Michigan All-Stars. I could talk all night, but like my froggy voice is going out. Like
it's understandable.
I need to rest up. So what's up next for Surviving South Dakota? What's in the future plans?
Well, it's a hot topic. Everyone keeps asking. We don't have plans on the books. This year is our destination wedding in Italy, and so that is taking place of the family vacation where we would usually film. So nothing this year, but hopefully we'll do something in the future. Keep it fresh, reinvent the wheel again, because one thing that we basically never want to do it again if we have to do something that seems like a repeat. So
there's too much work that goes into it. There's too much convincing that it takes to get everyone involved and participate. It's got to be something new. So we'll be thinking some stuff up, but keep an eye out. Maybe we'll see something in the next couple of years.
I love this because I take breaks from my series as well for different events, different reasons. So it's not a consistent every summer thing. And that's awesome. Oh my gosh. A destination wedding in Italy. I love it.
Yes.
That is so cool. Okay, here's my quick South Dakota story. So my sister was working for the government out near I was going to say Stonehenge.
That's in South Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
So anyways, what city is that called?
Rapid City.
Yeah.
Hill City too.
Yeah, she was staying out there. I mean, I had some great food. There was the Purple Pie Place, I think was it called. That was Bumbleberry Pie is where it's at out there.
Wow.
But anyways, I had to drive out there and like I rented a car. So I took the ferry across Lake Michigan, and I'm like so young. I think it's like the first year you can rent a car, like when you're 24, 25. I don't know. Anyways, I'm renting a car. I'm like, yay. And I'm picking up my sister in South Dakota. So I'm doing this like trip by myself. They give me a PT Cruiser. This is not the car I wanted to be driving around because I decided to go through the Badlands because I'm like, I want to hit up some sites and stuff. I saw like the biggest corn palace. I don't even know if that's in South Dakota, but I saw a corn palace of some kind. Anyways, the Badlands, freaking amazing. I loved it. But then here's the bad idea. So we're leaving South Dakota, and for some reason I'm leaving late at night. Why? Because I'm young and stupid, and I just so we're driving through the Badlands, and it gets dark, like while I'm in it, and I'm like, we're gonna drive off a cliff. Like this is.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It was so scary. Like it was really terrifying, and I was like, don't recommend that place at night.
No.
It's called Badlands for a reason.
Yeah, and you're not kidding. There are steep drops. Like there are points in the park that you can totally drive off a cliff. And at night, oh my God. Testing your luck, Kirk.
Oh yeah, the sun's going down and I'm like, oh wait, this is a bad idea.
You're like, no.
Yeah, my sister had been out there the whole time, but she never got to visit it. So I'm like, before we leave, let's definitely take this little shortcut over there. And then I think we got lost trying to find a casino. We were like dead set on let's gamble, even though we have no money to gamble with. Let's find a casino. Can you even gamble there? I don't think we'd found one.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know actually. I've never been to a casino in South Dakota.
Okay, so there you go. That was my trip. I loved everything, and it was oh my gosh! It was also what's the bike festival? Sturgis.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
It was indeed Sturgis while I was there. So my sister's like, oh, let's go, because it like a wave, I guess, of motorcycles like descend upon the city, right? And so
Thousands.
it was thousands. So we go into this bar, and I was like, I'm intimidated. I was like, woohoo. But it was a great time. Everybody's super friendly, super nice, super hospitable. And again, the Purple Pie place is where it's at. Like,
That
loved
sounds
it.
amazing. Yes.
Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. I hope it was eventful and exciting
was-
in this little stream.
Super. This is probably our most watched stream now ever for Survivor episodes. And Dustin was already telling me that, because he says your family is so close knit, and people watch these and comment on them, and he says it's such a fun thing to watch in the comments when he's watching the episodes, because you get that sense of family. And like, this is the first one we've ever gotten from a cast. Like, this is the sweetest thing ever. Like, we're going to get this framed, and it's going to go on our wall once we take this cheesy stuff down and we actually have like a professional studio background.
Well, we're honored.
Yeah.
Goals. But yeah, we are too. It meant so much to us. So thanks, guys. And thanks for taking over our podcast. I hope you do more great things that we can cover in the future. And so stoked for you guys for your wedding.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much. Yeah, this is a blast, and it's always so much fun to be here and to watch as well. These streams are always fun.
Yeah,
Cool.
Agreed.
And you've convinced me. I'm definitely going to can't wait to see the cinematography in Surviving South Dakota. Check it out, folks. That's going to be it for this recap this week. We'll be with you with Scotty Survivor next week. Bye, guys.